Let's take a look then at the boxing slate for the 6th, 7th and 8th of May. Beginning on the 6th on the Friday, the Toshiba Plaza in Las Vegas, Nevada. Golden Boy have got an event on the eve of their big pay-per-view which takes place on the 7th. At the Toshiba Plaza, the main event of that one is former Paulie Malignaggi and Shane Mosley victor Pablo Cesar Cano. He's up against Alan Sanchez. Also on that one, we'll see Marvin Quintero against the former winner of the Boxino tournament, Petr Petrov. That's at lightweight. King's Promotions, must run by Marshall Kaufman. They've got a small show on which basically sees Kermit Cintron trying to get back in the saddle, former IBF welterweight champion. He's now at super welter, and he's not taking many risks. He's going up against the 23 wins, 20 losses and 3 draws form of Eduardo Flores, and a load of prospects also taking part on that event. And that's all for Friday really. On this Saturday, 7th of May, Germany, there's a big show going on down there, of course, the vacant European Heavyweight Championship between Kubrat Pulev, the Cobra, and Derek Del Boy Chisora. Derek's been doing his bit of his usual at the press conference during the week, getting involved there. Undercard features a raft of prospects, Sauerland prospects that is, Noel Gevor, Vincent Fagenbutz is back, Artur Mann, Stefan Hartl, Sebastian Formella and Patrick Vujicki, but the pick of the undercard is the super lightweight contest between 16-0-1 Swedish prospect Anthony Yigit, or Yigit, I can't make Yigit, isn't it? And he's going up against 9-0 Philip Sutcliffe Jr. That should be an interesting one. Sky have got coverage of that in the UK, so hopefully that one will make the broadcast. Where are we now? Takashi Miura makes an appearance at the Kurakoan Hall, very small event there. Akiko Honda's Taken Promotions. Also in action is former world champion Toshiyuki Igarashi. They've both got opponents with very the records are very spurious, to be honest. Igarashi's going up against a fighter whose record is 7-2-1, while Miura is going up against an opponent whose record is 12-8-2. So both men are expected to get a victory there. And then we're moving on basically into the two big shows of the weekend. Before we get there, there's a MGM Promotions event going on in Spain. Tyrone McKenna, Irish heavyweight prospect Sean Turner, as well as Declan Geraghty are in action there. Danger Zone event goes down at the Manchester Arena. It's Eddie Hearn's Matchroom Promotions. Anthony Crolla in that 50-50 fight against the undefeated Ishmael Barroso. Ishmael is 19 wins, no losses and 2 draws. Crolla's WBA World Lightweight Championship is up for grabs. Sky have got that one. Also, if you're in the States, a Wealth of Entertainment, AWE, have got coverage of that. Chief support is Shane Singleton going up against Adil Anwar for the vacant WBC International Silver Welterweight Championship. And in action, Paul Smith's back, Marcus Morrison, a very promising middleweight prospect, is in action, Jose Burton, Martin Murray, Tommy Coyle, John O'Carroll, Callum Johnson, Ben Sheedy, Sean Ben Mulligan and Warren Baster are all in action against opponents who should not put up too much of a fight, if I'm all being perfectly honest with you. The Goodwins have got a show at the York Hall. Johnny Garton's headlining against Ryan Fields, that's for the vacant English Welterweight Championship. Nathan Wise, Luke Watkins, Charlie Duffield, Ryan Crawford, Remel Scott, Jack Rains, Sam Barron, David Birmingham and Shaquille Day. They're also on the left-hand side of the bill, so they're expected to pick up wins. The Meadowbank Sports Centre in Edinburgh, Sam Carnick of MGM Scotland, was scheduled to be Ian Butcher versus Thomas Assomba for the Commonwealth Super Flyweight Championship. That may still be the case, but at the moment it's expected to be a non-title fight. Also in action, plenty of Scottish prospects: Brian Forsyth, Thomas Dixon, Mark Kerr, Tommy Philbin, Kid Caramel, Lewis Benson, Jason Easton, as well as John Thane. They're all in action there. And then the big show of the weekend, the T-Mobile Arena. I think that's the first time that's been used by a sporting event. Maybe the grand opening, I'm not too sure on that, don't quote me. WBC Middleweight Championship of the World. Saul Canelo-Alvarez versus Amir Khan. But of course the weight limit on that one is £155. Chief support, Frankie Gomez versus Mauricio El Maestro Herrera. Interesting fight, that one. Also David Lemieux and Glenn Tapia in a crossroads contest at middleweight. Patrick Teixeira versus Curtis Stevens. There's another middleweight contest there. Teixeira, Golden Boy prospect, undefeated in 26 straight. Oscar De La Hoya's nephew Diego is taking on Rocco Santamuro for the WBC Youth World Super Bantamweight Championship. Jason Quigley, 10-0 middleweight, Irish prospect promoted by GBP. He's got James De La Rosa. James has 23 wins and 3 losses. And also in that one, Rashidi Ellis, Lamont Roach, and the debut of David Mahrez. So not really a loaded show considering that's an HBO pay-per-view, but nonetheless, again, it's still one of the big shows of the year. And then I think we're moving on to Sunday as a world title bill in Japan. Akira Yaegashi defends his IBF flyweight championship against Martin Tekupeleta, and the monster Naoya Inoue hopes to make it double figures as a pro. He's currently 9-0. He's defending his WBO World Super Flyweight Championship against David Carmona. David, 20 wins, 2 losses and 5 draws. Naoya is the big favourite there, one of the pound-for-pound finest in the world at the moment. Anyway, that's enough for me. That's your boxing slate for the 6th, 7th and 8th of May. Join us next week where we'll be doing another rundown. And if you don't forget to check us out on Facebook and Google+, it's Gloves Up, Chin Down. Anyway, that's all from me. Oos!